Christion Willett here, the voice of my generation. I wanted to just bring you a message today. What if God's plans doesn't look like your plans? What if God's will for your life doesn't look like your will? What if the things that you're after, the things that you want for your life, what if that's not what God has for you? And I want to talk about how in my life, God sent me in a different direction than what I ever thought I was going to be in, what I ever thought I was going to be doing. And God has been allowing me to live a beautiful life, a successful life, a life of helping people, a life of fulfilling my goals, my dreams, my mission. And I promise you, man, this is not what I had planned. You know, if it was up to me, right, I would have been in the NFL. I would have been playing on Sundays, playing football my whole life. You know, that was my dream. That was what I thought I was going to be. That's the only thing I thought that was worth my life. And so when I lost that opportunity, right, when I lost the opportunity to not live my dreams, to not go to the NFL, once I lost my scholarship, right, I had to ask myself what to do now. And this is the first time I just thought in my life where I just really found that depression, that feeling of like, man, I'm lost. I feel lost because I lost the thing that I love. I feel lost because I feel like my dreams that I had planned for my life, they not gonna happen. I feel lost because I feel like a failure. And I believe that God said, my plans are gonna be done in your life, not yours. God said you're gonna move and you're gonna help some people. And it's gonna be in a different way than what you thought it was gonna be. God said the route that you was choosing, that wasn't the best route for me to use you. So I just believe that God set me on a different path. God set me on a different plan. And the reason that I believe that God set me on a different path and a different plan is because I start to see things in my life that I never seen before. I start to open up to things that I never opened up to before. I start believing in ways I never believed before. And then I start understanding that the way you can impact people that they've never been impacted before. And so every day I just pray, I ask God, continue to allow me to do your will. Continue to lead me in the right direction. Continue for me to trust you. And I believe that's what you have to do for your life. You cannot follow your own plans. I'm sorry to tell you this, but the plans you have for your life are going to fail. The plans that you have established for your life, they're not going to happen without God. If God doesn't approve those plans, then those plans are going to fail. If God doesn't co-sign on your goals are going to fail. Now, I'm going to say this. Sometimes you may have a plan for your life, and that is in the will of God. And he's going to approve those plans. And sometimes your life may go smooth sailing in moments, and you're going to have ups and downs. But sometimes those plans can go smooth. But man, I believe when God has a certain will for your life, he will turn you around. He will block some doors that you are snatching to pull open. But he's going to turn you around and say, hey, that's not the door you're supposed to go in. It's locked for a reason. And a lot of doors in our life we want to open so bad, and we want so bad, but God is constantly locking them. And you got to realize that's when it's your time to turn around. It's your time to seek God. It's your time to seek what he really wants for your life, because it's a reason those doors are locked. A lot of times, I'm going to tell you, I just believe God didn't give me my goals and dreams because I wasn't mature enough. My mindset wasn't in the right place. My heart wasn't in the right place. The reason I wanted it wasn't in the right place. So I believe God ain't gonna give you nothing if your heart not in the right place. And I believe that if you get something and your heart not in the right place and it's for bad intention, that's not a blessing from God. That's from the devil. The devil can give you something too. But I believe that if your heart in the right place and you genuinely trying to do something of service, something that's going to help change lives, something that's going to help your family, change your family life. If that's your real intentions or your why behind what you're doing, I believe God is going to allow you to prosper through that. And I believe that's why God gave me a new why. God gave me a new hope. He gave me a new belief. He gave me new life. He gave me new faith, because the plans that I had, I didn't believe in them. I didn't put all I was in them for the wrong reasons. I was in them because that's all I knew for life. That's all I thought my life was. That was what I worshiped. But God said you cannot worship that and think it's going to be successful. You can only worship me and be successful. So I want to tell you now, don't be discouraged if the plans of your life are failing. I believe that's God showing you where you need to go. I believe that's God showing you where you need to be. Because sometimes you got to get misdirected. You got to get turned around. You got to get no. You got to fail. You got to fall. You got to fumble so that God can show you the real plans for your life. Don't think because you fail that God is giving up on you. No, you're failing because God is showing you what you really need to be going and heading in that direction. So don't think that failure is a bad thing. No, failure teaches us. Failure is a lesson that gives us life, that gives us new meaning, that gives us new hope. Don't give up because of your failures. Don't give up. Don't give up because you failed a couple times. Don't give up because people laughing at you. Don't give up because people don't believe in you. Don't give up because of your failures. You got to keep pushing and know that God has a plan for your life. You got to keep believing that. You got to believe that so that God can be intentional in your life. God's not going to be intentional in your life if you don't have faith. God's not going to be intentional in your life if you don't put action forth, if you don't work hard, if you don't put work in to show and believe that God is doing it for your life. You got to have faith and you got to put in work to be successful. And they both come together. You can't have one and not the other. So I just want to encourage people, man, that the plans that you have for your life may fail, but I promise you God's plans will allow you to be successful. They will come to life. And I'm telling you, I've been through so much in my life, but I'm telling you, God's plans always prevail. Christion Willett, the voice of my generation. Make sure that you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. The goal is to change 1 billion lives, and I need your help. I need you guys. Everything that we do, if I just can help one person with this message, that's my goal. If I can help 1 million people with this message, that's my goal. I just do this because I believe that we all need motivation. We all need love. We all need a voice. We all need hope. And you all are the voices of your generation. We are the voices of our generation. Our voices matter. Our voices will help spring change. Christion Willett, the voice of my generation.